Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you could play a song called Home Sweet Home by Justin Moore. And it starts out with these cool little licks around a C major chord. And normally you do this first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the D second fret, and third finger on the A string third fret. And if you strum the A string of the high E string, the beautiful sounds of C major. Now you may also dig on lifting off the first finger, making that a C major 7, or adding in the pinky on the B string third fret for a C major 9, kind of saying some stuff around the C. Or you may also dig on kind of working on power chord ideas, especially if you want to rock this out, by doing first finger on the A third fret, third finger on the D fifth fret, kind of working a C5 power chord. And then from the C we'd be going to an E minor chord. And normally you do this first finger on the A second, second finger on the D second fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also dig on adding in the third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, kind of working that for your E minor. Or you may dig on working an E5 power chord by doing the open E and the second fret on the A string, kind of working the E and A strings together. Or you could put your first finger on the A7, third finger on the D ninth fret, kind of working that for your E5. And then from the E, we'd be going to a B flat. And normally you'd be doing this as a first fret bar, third finger over the D, G, and B strings is kind of a B flat major. Or if you're digging on the power chord idea, you could do first finger on the A, first fret, third finger on the D, third fret, kind of work that for your B flat. Or if you're digging on the E minor shape that we're doing for the E minor 7, a good cheat for that chord could be doing first finger on the A, first fret, and kind of just holding down that third and fourth frets on the B and the E, so you can kind of dig on that. Or you could work this as kind of a power chord, kind of B flat 5 would be first finger on the A first, third finger on the B third fret. Or you could do it 6th fret on the LOWE, third finger on the A, 8th fret would be another way to play B flat 5. Or you may dig on another B flat 5 or B flat major power chord or bar chord by doing first finger on the 6th fret for the bar, second finger on the G7, third finger on the A8, D string on the 8th fret with the pinky. Kind of working that for your B flat major. Especially for the chorus, that shape might be a little bit easier to work with. And then from the B flat, we'd be going to an F major chord. Normally we do this as a first fret bar, second finger on the G, second fret, third finger on the A third, pinky on the D third. You strum all those together, that makes an F major chord that sounds really, really happy. But if you're just starting out, you may want to think about just the power chord, just that first finger on the LOWE first fret, third finger on the A third fret. Or a good substitute for that chord normally is F major 7, but you could do first finger on the B first fret, second finger on the G second, third finger on the D third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7 chord. That sounds really, really happy. Or you may dig on an F major 13 by doing first finger on the G second, second finger on the D third, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. Kind of working that for the F. And there's a couple different strumming options you may want to play around with through that. You could kind of work just a down count idea, kind of C, da 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 da, E my ba, da 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 da, B flat ba, da 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 da, through that part. And you'll hear these cool little licks actually in the lead guitar part that starts it. You'd start 12th on the D, or on the G string is kind of a hammer on the 14. So I'm playing 12th fret on the G and kind of putting my finger down on the 14 to get the sound to carry to 14. And then 13 on the B, 14 on the G, and then 15 on the B is a bend. And then we do another bend there. And then we go 15 on the high E. And then we do the 15 on the B bend again. 13 on the B, 15 on the B is a bend. And then we go to 12th on the high E is kind of a crazy cool bend vibrato idea. Kind of pressing up and into the guitar a lot for that. And then we kind of play 12 and slide it to 8th fret, if you kind of dig on that lead leg. 15, 15 bend, 13, 15. And then 12 bend, 12, slide to 8, kind of working that. But the main idea is the piano idea. And if you wanted to kind of follow those notes, you can kind of start around the C chord. And I'm doing some of this hybrid picking, using my pick for my bass and kind of the fingers for the B string and the E string notes for the most part. So you can start 3rd fret on the A string with the open E, and then kind of alternate between the E and the B string. Kind of that 0, 1, 0, 1, and then we play the 1st fret on the B again, and then 3rd fret on the high E, and I'm doing that as a pull off with the pinky. Kind of trying to play 3rd and then let it fall off the string to the open E. So 3 and 0, 1. idea. And what I'm really kind of digging on is kind of pick for the basses, middle finger for the B string, ring finger for the high E string notes. That way everybody's got a job to do. And then we kind of go to second on the A string with the open E and open B. Very similar idea. Kind of just using the open B instead of the first fret on the B. And then we go to the first fret on the A string for the B flat with the open E. But then you may want to go third on the G string and kind of alternate the open E with the third on the G. Kind of really similar idea there too, and then kind of the big F at the end. Now that seems really crazy if I went through that way too fast, you know, pause the video and check out the tab, but it's kind of your C idea, your E minor idea, flat idea, and then kind of a big F push through that part. Or you could just back that up with a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the C and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, which would be a really slow pace for the tune. So this C, da, 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 da. I was really digging on a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're tapping we're dividing that beat into two parts. Kind of a 1, 2, 1, 2. That's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is the long down, 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 up, up, down, down, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the C and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And on the last beat, you go down, up, down, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. That through our verse progression, we have C, E minor, B flat, F, C, E minor, B flat, you always kind of hear this big push on the F chord, or B flat, F, and then maybe kind of a 2 downs, another 2 downs, or a down up, kill it kind of an idea to kind of lead into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on an A flat major. And normally you would do this as a 4th fret bar, 2nd finger on the G 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the A 6th fret, pinky on the D 6th fret. It's kind of that same shape we were doing for the B flat major and the F major. Now we got it on 4th fret. Or randomly you may want to work just the A flat 5 power chord. Just first finger on the low E 4th fret, 3rd finger on the A 6th fret, be an A flat 5. And then from the A flat, then we'll be going to a B flat major. And then we end up on our C major. And if you're digging on moving that bar chord shape, you could even take that shape and just slide it up to 8th fret and make that a C major. So I got 8th fret bar, 2nd on the G9, 3rd finger on the A10, pinky on the D10. Or you might want to dig on working that as a power chord from that position. Kind of 8th fret on the low E, 10th fret on the A string for a C5. So through that chorus, you could work any of those strumming ideas too. Kind of A5, or A flat 5, B flat, C, adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, up, down, down, up, down, you're doing a bass for the chord. So the C, you'd have the A for the bass, down, up, down. For the E minor, you normally have LOWE for the bass, but you may want to follow the A string for a bass. And that would be called an E minor slash B, or E minor with a B in the bass. And then on the B flat bass, you'd have the A for the bass, unless you're doing the 6th fret bar, you'd have LOWE for the bass. And on the F, you'd have LOWE for the bass if you're doing the bar F. Doing the F major 7, you'd have the E for the bass. And on the A flat, you'd have LOWE string for the bass on the A flat. So if we try to reverse that way, you'd have the C, da, 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 E minor slash B, da, 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 A flat, F, C, E minor slash B, B flat, F. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you can kind of work basses into that and make it a bass. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, down. And all be cool variations. So C, E minor slash B, B flat, C, for our second verse, and then we go into our chorus part. So we tried that with a bass down, up, down, up. Now the A flat, B flat, C, C, A flat, B flat. Now before we go into our solo part. Or if you're digging on the 16th idea, A flat, like our chorus, actually, we got kind of a C, B flat, A flat, B flat, C, B flat. We can mix up all kinds of rhythm ideas to that one. A flat, B flat. Now through that solo though, if you wanted to kind of play around with some notes, you may want to play around with the C minor pentatonic scale. And normally you would do that 8th fret on the low E to 11th on the low E, and then 8 to 10 on the A, 8 to 10 on the D, 8 to 10 on the G, and then 8 to 11 on the B, and then 8 to 11 on the high E. So you're playing a C and an E flat, and an F and a G, and a B flat, and kind of repeating those 5 notes. C, E flat, F, and then G, B flat, C, E flat. And one thing that I like to do, and this is kind of cool, is you could kind of try and mix up the rhythm part with solo licks. So you could take all kinds of different lick ideas, hammer-on ideas, pull-off ideas in that scale, slide ideas. Actually, I've got a couple of videos on Munson jam tracks that kind of go over a lot of these ideas with pentatonic scale. Where you can do double stops, doing 2 notes at the same time, or bends. So one idea through that solo, especially if you're playing out solo, is you may want to kind of take a little piece of the rhythm and make up a lick. B flat lick, A flat lick, B flat, C, B flat, A flat, B flat. So kind of trying to play a little bit of rhythm guitar, lead guitar. And I'm just kind of doing bass down if you're digging on the 16th. times, and then we go into our last chorus. So we're back to A flat, on my B flat, C, C, A flat, home, sweet C, then got an extra C, and then at the very, very end, you'll kind of hear where those intro licks come back, and you may want to kind of bring back that part. Might be kind of a cool way to kind of close out the tune. But I know some part of you really wants to hear a C major at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you get strung through Home Sweet Home by Justin Moore featuring Vince Neil. So good luck.